All right. Hello, everybody from the Islip Public Library. Lori, thank you as always. And hello, everybody. I see a lot of nice faces that will get to see soon in person. So that'll be wonderful. So hope everybody's doing well, and I hope everybody's going to make a chocolate chip cookie pizza with me. So please, all I need to know, one person, are you making this with me? As soon as I know that, I know how to go along with this. A lot of you bought or just got the kits from the library, I should say. And there are 3 bags, I believe. Yes, one bag has just chocolate chips. I hope you didn't eat them all. One is white sugar and brown sugar mixed. And then the other one has flour, cornstarch, baking soda, and salt. So that is going to be the first bag that we are going to start with. My wife Jackie is here tonight, so if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the chat, or if you want to unmute to ask if you're baking along, anything like that. Okay, anybody yet baking with me? You got all these kits at the library and nobody's gonna cook with me, huh? All right, all right. So I am going to show you exactly how to do this. If you are making it with me, put on your oven at 350 right now. It takes about 20 minutes, 22 to 25 minutes, but 20 minutes, check it out, all right, and see how it's doing. Go ahead.
We have a couple comments. Someone said, LOL, I didn't eat any. And someone said they're going to watch you first.
You're going to watch. All right, that's a good way to do it. It's being recorded, so when you make it and you want to go over it again, that's all good. Everybody, the first thing we want to do is get all of our dry ingredients in the bowl, a medium bowl. So 2 cups of the all-purpose flour. Nice and level. Just like that. And this is all in that bag, okay? 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. And when I have a container like this, I just kind of go against the side so it's nice and even. This is 1 giant chocolate chip cookie. Now, if you ever want to, actually, let me just put in the ½ teaspoon of baking soda. If you ever want to make 2 of these at one time and just get like one of those things of ice cream, those 48-ounce that they sell now of ice cream, and make the world's largest chiplet, right? Wouldn't that be good?
Yummy.
Jackie likes that. Everybody, just mix this all up, all your dry ingredients, okay? So if you have your bag, just dump it right in there. Make sure it's all mixed really, really well.
Lori said she made it last weekend.
Wow.
And yum.
Before the class. All right.
And Sophia said yes with a smiley face to making the chipwich.
Right. Giant chipwich. Yep. Everybody take out 1½ sticks of butter. So that is 3/4 of a cup. You want it to be nice and soft, just like that. Not melted, not solid, just nice and soft. Take it out an hour or 2 ahead of time. Soon we'll be turning the heat on, so the room temperature butter will be room temperature real quick. And in the summertime, you put it on your porch for about 10 minutes and it's room temperature. It was a hot summer, wasn't it? So we are going to take some sugar, and in your sugar bag is 1/4 cup of the white granulated sugar, and then 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. So this is 1/4 cup. I need 3 of these. Just like that. And then we're just going to turn on the hand mixer, and we're just going to beat this for about 2 minutes. Okay, so it takes about 2 minutes. So maybe I'll kind of go on a low to medium speed. So this way I could still kind of talk with you. And if anybody wants to unmute themselves, ask me any questions, type anything in the chat, please. Love to talk to you. And Lori's father, I see out there. I hope you are doing well. I think in the new year, we will be at the library in person as long as things go all right. And then hope to see you in Islip. I know you have an in there. And then who else out there that I don't get to know all the names? Donald, I know who you are. How are you? I heard you talking while I was just getting ready for the class, and I heard you say you're moving. Is it because of my food?
No, I'm not going to be that far.
All right, you still same town?
Same town, just a few blocks away.
Oh, that's good. Good, good. I was gonna say, well, I do a lot of different libraries, so you just have to see me at a different library, but I guess not. I guess same library. That's great.
Yeah, no, I just have a little more walking to do, but other than that, it's not that bad. It's a pretty good move. I'm moving into a bigger apartment, not.
Good.
And I still have to
Good.
walk to Starbucks now.
Hope to see you soon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to know.
And all right, everybody, so the sugars are all mixed in with the butter. Go ahead, Jackie.
Emily said hi, Jackie and Chef Rob.
Hello, Emily.
Hi, Emily. And Sophia said, I see the I would say this wrong. Orchid is live in the library in November or December, but can we still grab and go those ingredients? I'm not comfortable coming in for live events yet until my daughter is eligible for the vaccine.
Okay, so let me go over that. Let me just put in the egg and then the vanilla extract. So 1 egg, and then I'm going to answer that question. Spoons of the pure vanilla extract. Okay, and then we're going to beat this, and then I am going to answer the question. Okay, just beat this just until it is combined, high speed. Just go up against the side of the wall of the bowl, so that way everything is mixed in. And then we're just gonna add the dry into the wet. We're just gonna get it to where it is combined. Now, as far as doing kits for the turkey orchette pasta, I'm just gonna go along here. That one, there is not kits. I did come up with an idea that, I don't know, maybe you might be comfortable with this, but I know you did say you're not comfortable with going in the library. But that one is where you can either eat at the library or you can bring a to-go container. So almost like you could watch with your mask on, and then you could just take it home, okay? So you would bring your own container and then take it home, almost like a to-go lunch. The other way, so there is no actual kit for that because there wouldn't be really anything I could give you. So, but Lori has, she's always thinking, always has it just so right at the library. So she has booked so many of the kits going forward, even into January. So, you know, we're trying to please everybody, in person, virtual, all that. Okay. So, you know, sometimes we miss one, but then we'll get another one later on. I'm just gonna pop this right here off. Okay.
She said, thank you,
You are welcome.
and she understands.
Thank you so much. So 1 1/4 cups of the chocolate chips. I went through a lot of chocolate doing these kits. Unbelievable. A lot of chocolate. So we're just gonna kind of mix this in. Okay. You can either beat it or just take the spatula and just kind of go like this.
What are the
So
light
now-
colored chips?
I'm sorry.
What are the light colored chips?
Well, you don't have light colored chips. I do. And I'm going to tell you what the light colored chips are. I went to do a library class the other day, and it was cold out at night. So it changed the temperature of them. So some of them got light, some stayed dark. They're all the
Okay.
same thing. You've seen them before, I'm sure, how that happens.
Yes. I used to
that is-
mold chocolate, so I know.
It's all chocolate.
Donald wants to know if he could use white chocolate chip.
Absolutely. White chocolate chips would be fine in this. Yep, even half and half is fine too. Okay. So what I'm gonna do with this dough right here, just combine it. Okay, it's gonna be a real good cookie dough. A lot of times when you make cookies, you want to put it in the freezer, I'm sorry, the refrigerator for about a half hour to an hour. Let it get a little solid. With this, you don't have to do that. Okay.
Could you
Okay.
use M&Ms?
M&Ms would be fine too. I am actually doing a class. It's more geared towards the kids. And what it is, it's called leftover Halloween candy cookies. And it's like crushed up Kit Kats, it's M&Ms, Snickers, Milky Way, and you chop it up and you add it to a cookie batter. Different batter than this though.
Sophia would like to know, have you ever done chips and mini marshmallows in the cookie?
Chips and mini marshmallows. I have done something like that. I've done some like Rocky Road type cookies. But not with this batter. So how it would come out, not sure. The marshmallows could be tricky. They bleed through and they could stick on your pan or whatever. One easy way, I'm using this pizza pan here. If you have some parchment paper, just take a sheet just like this. Cut it. I find this to be the easiest after doing this for so many classes. Virtually, I have to say this was the most that I did for adults, children, everything during the pandemic. And then what I'm gonna do is just kind of trim this. So if you have parchment paper, it works really well. If you don't have a pizza pan, it's okay. Use your cookie tray, right? They sell square pizza. It will taste the same. Again, this is gonna take anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes, but check it, open the oven at about 20-minute mark. And after that, you will be able to see if it is done or not. After I press this dough out, I will be able to show you exactly what to look for when it is done. So I just did a children's class in person. I was just out in East Hampton, did that one. We had 22 children. It was so nice just to see the kids all out there together doing things. It was really nice.
Sophia wants to know if we could use a round 7-inch cake pan, or is that too small?
I would say that's too small because this pan here is about 10 to 12 inches. Not going to use the whole pan, but I'm going to come pretty close to it. So you definitely want something. I would say if you have the cookie tray, that'd be your best option. Either use a silicone baking mat or the parchment paper. And then what I like to do is just kind of press this out. Just kind of take your time, flatten it out really good. You're not going to make a crust like a regular pizza, because otherwise the crust will be still soft and the inside will be too hard. Okay. And this will slide right off the pan. If you have one of those big Ziploc bags, those 2.5 gallon Ziploc bags, those will slide this pizza right in there and you can freeze it for later use if you wanted. So last night I was at the Mastic Mauritius Library and we did an Italian chopped salad and blistered tomato crostini with a pecan pesto. So that was really good. It was good to be back there. Emily was there. I was so glad to see her and her family. So if you could see, just lightly press it out until it spreads all the way out. Okay. You don't have to cover the parchment paper, but you want to get it as close to the end of the pan as you possibly can. If you wanted to stop right now, you could stop right now and then just add a few minutes on because it's a little bit thicker. Okay. And I just like to turn it and bring the dough in just so it comes out like a real nice round pizza. This is a perfect thing for if you're having a pizza night and then have a pizza chocolate chip cookie at the end. Go ahead, Jane.
Michelle would like to know if you could share the 2 recipes from last night.
I don't have them right now. I guess I could forward them to Lori. And they would be at the library or just contact Lori at some point, okay? So I would say check tomorrow, okay? So by the time I send them to her, Lori, I'm not sure if Lori's at work or not, so. And then when I get done here, it's gonna be closing time at the library, but I will get them to the Islip Library. And maybe someday we'll do that there.
Emily said she had the salad for dinner tonight and it was delicious.
Wonderful, that's great.
And Lori said, sure, if you send them to me, Michelle, I can email them to you.
Okay, see, we can make things happen. Tomorrow night, I'm doing that same exact class in Hop Hog at the library, and then Thursday, the same class in Levittown. And then if anybody wants to go on Zoom on Friday at 7 o'clock, you can call the Sachem Public Library. I'm making 2 savory dishes, 1 sweet, 1 savory. One is a German apple cake for Oktoberfest. And then I'm doing a chicken schnitzel with a sour cream mushroom sauce. That one is really, really good. Okay, so this is big enough for me. Okay, the papers is kind of overhanging here a little bit. Now, when this comes out of the oven, where you're trying to check, see how it is, the edges here should be pretty firm, okay? Only almost like a little crispness, but the center should be still undercooked. But when you take it out of the oven and you let it rest, it's going to continue cooking and that will finish baking. If you like this really like a soft chocolate chip cookie, take it and it will come out pretty soft to start with. But if a couple days go by, or you overcook it, put a piece of bread in a bag and that will just soften the cookie and the bread will get hard. Just a little trick that you can do with this. Take this cookie, put it in the oven towards the bottom rack, and then take a sheet of aluminum foil, put it on the rack above, and that will prevent it from getting too dark too quickly. If you see maybe 15 minutes in, you see that, oh, it's not cooking a lot, you could always take that foil away if you want it a little crisp. If you want it crisp, definitely give it the 25 minutes, okay? Everybody's idea of a chocolate chip cookie is very different.
Would you
Does
do it
anybody-
longer if your pizza pan doesn't have the holes in it?
No, not at all. If I was doing this and took this right now, and put it on a cookie tray, it would be the same amount of time, okay? Definitely some air is getting through to it, but right in between 20-25 minutes, it will be done. If you make it this size here, which is about 10 to 12 inches. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go put this into the oven. And then when this comes out later, I let it cool and I could just kind of slide this. I'm gonna probably freeze this because I don't know. Wife, what do you think? Freeze it or dessert later?
I don't know, I'll have to think about that.
All right, I'm just gonna pop this into the oven right now. And then I have something else to show everybody. Okay, does anybody have any questions on that before we go on? And I do know we have coming up, we have a scones class, okay? So like we were talking before, we're doing one in person, but then I think December, it's a scones class, it's cranberry orange scones, and that will be kits at the library. And then I do know like it's either January, February, Lori wanted to do pizza dough. So it is really good pizza dough. So if you want to do that, it's really good. Just make sure you follow the steps going along. I have it on YouTube, and I also will be doing that class, most likely live too, okay? So let me slide over here for a second. This is something I like to do in the fall. I love pumpkin. My wife doesn't love pumpkin. It
No, I
is,
don't.
it is pretty plain. Pumpkin is pretty boring. That's why you need to kind of jazz it up a little bit, okay? So what I'm gonna do is just take some butter, turn on this burner, and I'm gonna make a rigatoni, stuffed rigatoni with a pumpkin Alfredo sauce. Gonna take my boiled stuffed rigatoni out of the refrigerator. I boiled it for my class earlier. And let's just take 2 tablespoons of butter and just drop that right in this pan right here. I'm just gonna cut up just a little bit of shallot. Now, I boiled the pasta earlier and I saved a little bit of the pasta water. Pasta water has a lot of flavor in there with the starch and the salt from it. So we always save that. Now this you could do with ravioli, you could do with tortellini, spaghetti, whatever type pasta you want. I always find something with that kind of stuffed in it. It kind of goes a little better with this. You ever see the ravioli with the butternut squash? That's really good as well. I'm just gonna take a little bit of shallot, and I will also forward this recipe on to Lori. So if anybody wants this, you will have it. And just cook the pasta just as the box would say. Keep an eye on some of the pastas. I went for a pound box of pasta the other day and it was 12 ounces. How dare they?
Mhm.
Yeah, not good. I'm waiting for a dozen eggs to go to 11. You think they'll ever do that?
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. So the butter is melting here. I'm just gonna add the shallot in here. Just let that cook for just like 2 minutes. I just want to kind of get that a little bit soft.
Sophia said they'll go to 10.
10 probably, yeah. Did you hear Dollar Tree? Everything's not $1 anymore. It's true. Yep, it can be up to $5 for something now there. So let me show everything that I am gonna be using in here. So I have my stuffed rigatoni, okay? I boiled these earlier. I have my reserved pasta water. I have some fresh Parmesan cheese. I have some solid pumpkin. You can either use the 100% pure pumpkin, solid pumpkin, or the pureed pumpkin. It's all the same thing, just labeled differently. Just depends on the company. I'm just gonna saute this a little bit. Just don't use pumpkin pie filling for this. It will not work. Too loose, okay? So I'm gonna add 1/2 cup of the pure pumpkin in a second to this. Let this kind of cook a little bit. I just want it to soften. So everybody, when we are at the library in November, just know you can either bring, a to-go container, or you can, I'll have the stuff there for you to eat it there, okay? So we are trying to, we're going back into the libraries. I've had some cancel already for the winter, but I've had some join, so you never know. So just softening this, I'm gonna add a 1/2 cup of the pumpkin right into the butter and the shallot. And I'm gonna add in a little bit of nutmeg. You can use the fresh grated or just take some from here. I'm gonna add just like a pinch of it. just to kind of season that pumpkin up. Now just let this kind of cook for just about a minute, okay? And then we're gonna stir in about 1¼ cups of heavy cream. Just bring everything together. Just get that shallot, the butter, pumpkin, all together. All right, time to add this. You don't want that pumpkin to burn on you. And now we're just gonna add in about 1¼ cups of heavy cream. And we're just gonna bring it to just like a slight boil, and you want it to thicken. This is really good, this sauce. Just kind of get all that pumpkin and the cream all together. Gonna turn this up a little higher. Like I said, you just want to bring it to a slight boil. Then we're gonna add in some of the Parmesan cheese, some salt and pepper. The salt will bring out that pumpkin and nutmeg flavor as well. So next week we have a lot of virtual classes next week. So I will put it up on my Facebook page on Sunday night. So if anybody's new, Simply Creative Chef Rob, you go to my Facebook page and you'll always get the schedule. Okay. So see how it's just kind of starting to bubble and a light boil just like that? That's perfect. Now, 1/4 cup Parmesan cheese. Like that, a little pinch kosher salt. A little bit of fresh ground black pepper. Okay, so it's really nice and thick right now. So I am going to add in some of the stuffed rigatoni, and if they were a little hard, they will continue to cook in this sauce. You want to let this reduce until it really kind of coats the pasta. Now, if the sauce seems a little thick, that is when you're going to add a little bit of the pasta water in here. Pasta water is better than just plain water adding to it. Okay. And a few more. Since the wife doesn't like pumpkin, I'm going to leave some on the side plain for her.
You don't have to. You can put them all in.
No, it's
You
fine.
guys all like the pumpkin.
It's like that. And then when it's finished, in just a couple minutes, you could sprinkle some more Parmesan cheese on here. Maybe a little bit of fresh parsley if you want. It'll be really good. I'm just going to let that cook just a little bit. So does anybody have any questions for me? Please, I would love to open it up. Ask me what you want to ask, what we're going to do in the libraries. I'll give you the menus that I'm doing for the next couple months at, all different libraries, but it's the same menu each month at just all the different libraries. So in November is the turkey bolognese with the orecchiette pasta, and that one is also going to have a warm marbled pound cake, and it's going to have like apricot preserves, mascarpone, and toasted almonds. And then in December, I am doing a Yukon Lake potato soup. And it's also going to have these chocolate snowstorm cookies. And then in January, I don't know how I remember this. I am doing a lasagna soup and Parmesan crusted quesadillas with tomato, basil, and mozzarella cheese. And then I'll give you right up until February, a sauteed chicken with a sun-dried tomato and basil sauce, and it's with penne pasta. And then we're doing grilled flatbread with a white bean dip. Okay. So this is just about done right here. So it's really gonna be good. So I hope you will make this. I will send all those recipes over to Lori, so you can either go into the library, pick them up, or I'm sure Lori will send them to you. Lori actually delivers. She does DoorDash, on the side, so she will, she does recipes DoorDash, like no food, or anything like that. I do
She
the
gave,
food.
thank you for sending her the blueberry scone recipe. I really appreciate it.
And how did they come out?
I haven't made them yet because it was too hot to bake.
All right, yep. And you
But I
are,
did go to Lidl's today and got the blueberries on sale.
they were